Right, 1881, good luck. So let's just hope we get an honest opponent for this game. It's all we're hoping for. 5,000 games, very good. Okay, let's charge the centre. We might trade a non-centre pawn for a centre pawn if he launches up. Okay, I'm going to develop the bishop on the diagonal here. Okay, so we do indeed get a chance to take, so we'll give him, get rid of one of his centre pawns. He's gone with the knight, so knight up I think is logical. Knight down, pawn up, knight in. Yeah, maybe we should push. Let's get our pawn forward, just in case it becomes a backward pawn. We'll just change the centre. Okay, so here he goes here. We don't really like the look of that. So I'm going to go with the bishop. Just in case he goes here, then we got the option to trade and then get our knight into the game, hopefully. I want to get knight here. Let's bring the knight up just whilst we've got this knight jump covered by the bishop. We might even drop the bishop back depending on how he plays this. So he wants knight in, but I don't mind trading this bishop for it. But rook across, knight down, up. Seems playable. Let's play rook across. Played like a bit of a holding move. We might need to do the same, but we don't have a6 because of the bishop. Knight forward could be a move. Trading the rook first actually could be a move. Kind of like a principal idea of just jumping forward with the knight and trying to put the bishop on f6 to challenge his bishop. So here, if he takes, we simply take back. If he plays bishop up, gain a knight, lose a bishop, gain a rook, looks good. Okay, he's offering a draw. It's a little bit too early to offer a draw. I might lose the game, but it's a little bit too early to offer a draw. Actually, he's not got many games in Rapid, has he? But a lot of games overall. Let's take that. Yeah, knight in is still covered right now. Actually, yeah, it's a safe pre-move to take the rook if he takes, but there's no need to pre-move with it being a rapid game. And I want to put the bishop on f6 to try and charge this diagonal. That's what I'm trying to do. This is where we have to try and come up with a plan. I'll just worry about what my opponent does once they've done it and then try and clear my mind and find a move. So gain that little bit more space like I've done with this move. Logical, common sense. So we have got a chance to play bishop up here. We're not doing a lot here. So bishop f6 is my preferred move. Again, does he get any nasty discoveries or anything? Knight across, knight down. I don't see it. My bishop's protected here as well, so I'm just going to play this without trying to burn too much clock. If his knight moves, we do hit his bishop. The bishop here takes. He still looks fine if he takes with the queen, but we might start getting a little bit active. I guess if I take the rook, queen takes, then he guards. So it's still a very, very balanced position. White's gaining that little bit more space with them pawn pushes. But it still feels playable right now, and that's basically all we're trying to get in any game these days. So the queen stepped up, so if we trade rooks he can develop his rook, logical. So can I move my knight forward here? Is there something really bold like pawn up? I don't see it, I don't see that. Knight up, where am I going? Maybe back. I think I'm going to throw a holding move in. I'm going to play h6. I think my opponent will probably play a move like h3 as well. I've just got to be careful here actually. I've just realised rook across I might have to trade, otherwise there's pressure on my knight if he moves. So if he plays rook across, I'm probably now forced into trading. That's probably a decent trade. Then I've got to figure out where the knight's going. Oh, he's taken. Okay, so I don't need to think about that. I've only got one practical move. Now I could play queen up here and pressure the pawn. That looks logical to me. And then if bishop up takes, knight takes, he does cover his bishop, but everything could trade off. That's exactly what he's gone for. So what if I take the knight first? If I take the knight first, I think he goes with a queen. He threatens checkmate on the bishop. It's not a move, is it? So let's just take. So everything could simplify here, and I think he wants a draw. I think that's what he's playing for. I'm going to take. But I've got a chance to get my knight on a nice square now, or I can develop the rook immediately and look to trade. I like the idea of doing that actually. Let's develop the rook first and see if he trades it. With correct play, chess is a draw, of course. If your opponent doesn't make any mistakes, and it is a draw, that's the best you can often achieve, but it was just a little bit too early in the game when he offered the draw. It was like, what, not many moves in, was it? Just a little bit too early, so giving us the chance to trade, but knight across, knight in, knight across. I like the idea of pawn forward to fix this and try and edge up. Knight across, is it a problem? I don't think it is. I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to play pawn forward and just try and stop him pushing on himself. It's knight down, I've got a6 as well. It's one of them games and it just needs one little wrong step and the game's gone. So he's played rook across. He's really trying to force this trade. So take, and he's solid. Knight across. He can maybe get knight down, but knight across immediately. Put the knight on a really safe square. I mean, I could come here and try and go forward, I guess, actually, couldn't I? Here and try and go here. What's wrong with that? Actually, I like the look of that. I want to go here and try and go forward and pressure the pawn. Again, I don't really need to pre-move there just because it's rapid. Of course, the opponent could do the same sort of thing. Get his knight active. I'll have to guard my pawn. I mean, I could trade the rook and then guard the pawn, but you know what I mean? That sort of idea. Then try and just get our knight onto a nice square where we create some issues, hopefully. So he's chosen to go here, so that could be a problem further down the line, or indeed that could. He's covering this as well, so take, queen up, get on a nice central square. There's no queen check. We attack the knight, but there is queen down. Check, king up, and he looks fine. So trade, queen up, queen down. And how do I progress? I don't see it, I wonder if knight up now, actually it might be a move. Hit the queen and the knight. If knight takes, we can risk going pawn takes, but it's just too dubious, so I'm going to take the rook. I want to go here, but queen down is a slight issue. So what about here? I'm not sure it makes any difference. Queen up, queen down is the move, and I don't see what to do. So I'm going to kick the knight immediately and see where it ends up. It's very dangerous this because I'm weakening a pawn, but I'm potentially gaining a bit of space. But conceding light squares, trying to gain dark squares, but I can't burn all the clock. We're already into the second half of our time, both of us now. I want to get my queen more centralized, but queen forward is a real nuisance move. The pawn's then weak, the knight then becomes weak. Oh, he's gone for that in any event. Okay. So take, knight takes, pawn up, knight down, and I guess we just, I imagine maybe we've got knight up to attack here. Or have I just got queen up here? No, I'll lose this here. I've got to take. Let's go here. We're probably going to trade here. There's not much else I could do. Knight down and I can't defend it, so I've got to go here. Takes, takes. And then can we get our king across? It's kind of a forced sequence. Not much else I can do, so it's just relatively forced moves. If he plays knight down, we have to go for this. Not much else we can do here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 moves I need to get here. It's a bit of a gamble to sack this pawn to go for one of these, and for either of us, a bit of a gamble. Could be a gamble worth taking, but it's a bit of a gamble. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. He's fixed us there. So, okay, let's bring our king up. I'm debating whether to do this, but I don't think I should. I think I should try and go here. And his knight, you never know, might get stuck. We've got a square for our knight here. The opponent's got a square here. So knight back. I think I bring the knight back now. He'll probably do the same thing. It's just completely symmetrical, isn't it? Completely symmetrical. Yeah, it's what he's gone for. So does it matter if I push here or here? So here, down, up. Knight here, and it feels alright. So that feels like a move. Down I come up. If I push this one, if he takes, we can take. If he doesn't, we're threatening to take and isolate a pawn. So that's the move as well. Here, here. And what do I do? King across, knight back. I think I should push this one. I might be blundering here, but I think that's the one to push. But of course, we're both down to 3.5 minutes. Not a lot of time. Might have pushed the wrong pawn there. You can't burn all your clock though. Of course, if he comes down, my idea is just to push up. And then see where that knight's going to go. But there's no easy path to get here. Same for me, to be fair, the other side. And can we make the knights work? Either of us. Risk and reward, isn't it? Thinking time, quality versus speed of play. So I'd already made my mind up what I was playing there. The knight here, there's no obvious path to actually get this pawn. This is secure. So has he got a better side? Has he just shut us out anywhere? Let's push the pawn up and gamble a little bit. I'm giving him a chance to get an outside pawn here actually, so... Well, that's an isolated pawn, okay. I'm going to try and prepare knight to come here and hit 2. Problem is I can't move my king without conceding here, can I? Knight here could be a move actually. Knight takes, pawn takes, king across, up, king across, up. Takes, king across, he gets back, he guards it, so it's not a move. No, I might have gone wrong here. Oh, he's moved his knight though. He's moved his knight, so that might be a mistake. So here, he's threatening to go here, isn't he? And he hits our 2 pawns, so that's no good for us. So here, 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 he goes back. We don't want him getting a check here, attacking the 2 pawns. Not much else I can play. Oh wait, but now he's let us do the same thing here, right? He's going for this, isn't he? He's really going for it. So check here, but he's got king in. I don't think he can sack the knight for free though. Check. Here he goes here, so I've got to go here. Check here. Let's just worry about it once it's our move. But I'm threatening to take here and run a pawn. He's threatening to win this one and run this pawn. But my king's here, and I'm threatening to hit one and then hit another, I guess, aren't I? That's what he's gone for now. I think I need to go here. If I go here, knight across. So here, knight across, take. King in. Knight takes and run. That's the idea, isn't it? Here, I think he has to go back, but it's a check. Here, knight down, and he's threatening a check, but no follow-up. I really want to take a risk and go here, but it's risky. I'm going to go here. Unless he's calculated something out and he can hang the knight, but I don't see it. I'm going to try and grab the pawn. I think he has to come back, right? But he's gone that way. Take. Here I can check, but and then I've got knight back, I think, or I hit this pawn. Yeah, and if he attacks my knight, I can still come back and drop back and guard my pawn. I mean, I could go here as well, but depends what he does. I'm trying to keep this guarded. The knight guards it now. We'll run out of moves though. Check. Take, he takes here. No, I think it's fine to take. I'm going to risk it. Oh, I can't go there though. What am I doing? It might not have been fine, of course. It could be plain losing, of course it could. But I think this is alright. I think it is. King back and take his knight, but he can throw a check in first. So I could be just lost here. He's gone back. Pawn down takes, knight takes up. I got take. I don't see the path back for the knight. I've just seen it with a check. I've just seen it with a check. I'm lost. I didn't calculate it. He just has to find the check and he's got his path back. And he's missed it. He's missed it. He had the check. He had the check. He just missed the knight check and his knight was back. So unlucky. So unlucky. I think I was lost there. Let's take a look and see how it actually was. 53 moves there. The move times for both players. But yeah, I think he was back with his knight, wasn't he? Whether I had enough with my other pawns, I doubt it. But let's just find out. No, I was lost, yeah. I was lost. I was completely lost. I took a risk here and it lost the game. Because I didn't see anything better to do. I had to just move the king across and it's completely level. It was a losing blunder. And he's blundered back by playing the wrong move. Otherwise, it's just basically like you can see a flatline game. There's nothing to really review. This is all the games come down to. The whole entire game is just flatline level. So the figures would have been the same. 88% versus 65. That's mean. The engine language, that's mean. It's just one blunder each. This is it. And it skewed the figures so much. So yeah, king across here, and I guess you just keep checking me and dropping back, and there's not much I can do to push anything. So it was a losing blunder. Just king e7 is all I should have done, and it's completely level. Having blundered, he was correct to take f3 and the knight check, and you just drop back and you stop the pawn, and I just resigned the game. King e7, knight back. Yeah, just give up the pawn for free. Well, I'm not sure you need to do that. I think you would come and collect here and just sack. Maybe you can... Maybe you have to do that, otherwise there's a way to shepherd the knight away. But in that position, it's just lost for me. Yeah, so it's just come down to that. That's all it was. Nothing else to review in that game. So unlucky there.